Hello, nerds. Thank you for watching Generally Nerdy. This is your week in Nerdom, and we're combining gaming and comic books this week for a number of reasons. We've already covered it in the previous videos. We're not going to really discuss the shortness again. It's just at the intro.
Quiet on the set. Rolling.
Hi, I am Bitsy Telek.
Hey, I'm Hale Appleman.
I'm Walter Kane.
I'm Rene Aubergenois.
Odo on Deep Space Nine.
Michael Dorn, Lieutenant Commander Worf, Star Trek The Next Generation.
Come and see me and hear me and talk to me and listen to me talk about myself.
Hey man, this is Kevin Smith, often considered generally nerdy, and you are listening to what is often considered generally nerdy.
On Generally Nerdy.
You're listening to
Generally Nerdy.
Generally Nerdy.
Generally Nerdy.
First thing, we're covering gaming, because that's the order of things. Two things in the gaming world, pretty interesting. First of which is a little meta. It's about the next generation of consoles that we are going to get in sometime in the next couple of years, very likely. Recently, in an interview with John Kramer, the money guy, president and CEO of AMD, Lisa Su, was talking about what AMD is doing to produce chips for Microsoft and Sony. So they're going to be similar chips, it sounds like, but each company has certain expectations and certain things they need their chip to do that's going to differentiate it. But I would imagine this is going to make the cross-console gaming a little more feasible. But I think a really big thing that she kept hitting on in this interview, which you can find the link in the description, is cloud gaming. It seems to be in line with what we got when we talked about that Xbox leak a few weeks back, probably 2 months back at this point. That little bit of, I think it was a Reddit user was talking about there's going to be two different Xboxes. One is going to be a traditional console. The other one is going to be a cloud version where you don't have any physical games. Everything streams from the cloud. And this seems to be in line with that. She didn't say anything specifically about Xbox doing two different versions of the console, nor really going to specifics about the PlayStation console. She was just talking about the chip. But that's some pretty definite possibilities there that if AMD is co-developing chips for both companies, then I really feel like at the very least we're going to see some really interesting cross-platform gaming in the next generation, which it's about freaking time, man. Yeah, so that's what we got there. The only other thing we have this week for gaming news, and there was a little bit more, but honestly it's been a fairly slow, Spider-Man came out, and that was an interesting thing to talk about, but I haven't played it because I don't have a PlayStation, so it would have been a very limited conversation, and other things, Fortnite things are going on, and so on and so forth, but it just, nothing really caught my fancy, and, slimming things down, so whatever. Anyway, the other gaming thing we're talking about this week is Mortal Kombat 11. Finally, something resembling concrete update. It was announced by Real Game Newz, the website Real Game Newz. That's news with a Z, because they're edgy. Real Game Newz has reported that Daniel Pesina, the guy that played Johnny Cage in the first two games, that guy, who still works for NetherRealm, and I believe his brother Carlos, one of the two of them got fired. Pretty sure it was Carlos that got fired. Anyway, Daniel Pesina and his martial arts school have been tapped to start motion capturing for Mortal Kombat 11. I don't know if they were the motion capture for 9 and 10, or 9 and X, or however you're supposed to say their titles, but that's their order, right? So I don't know, or the Injustice games, I don't know if they were tapped for motion capture for that either, but they apparently have been tapped, at the very least, for motion capture on Mortal Kombat 11, and the motion capture sessions have started. They have begun, if you will. Yeah. So again, this is still technically rumor status because we have no official announcement from NetherRealm. Though, if this turns out to be factual, that means they have at least rough ideas for character design, and they also know the character roster. So hopefully very, very soon we will start getting official announcements and not just trolls from Ed Boon's Twitter account. Moving on. Moving into the realm of comic books. Let's count this as the supplemental video this week. How about that? Comic books, we got a very interesting update from Dark Horse Comics this week. This is something that was news to me, though it might be old news if you read Dark Horse, or if you're a little more up on comic books than I am, which I regretfully admit that I am not the most up-to-date source for comic book news, but I'm a pretty good source. Anyway, Stranger Things is coming out as a comic book. Have you ever wondered what happened to Will? Yeah. I got the name right. What? Have you ever wondered what happened to Will off screen when he wasn't when he wasn't in the scene? Because there is the assumption that when he was in the Upside Down, there was a lot of stuff going on. And we just didn't see it because we were with the other characters who were trying to find him. Well, that's what this comic book is going to be talking about, is what was happening to Will as everyone was trying to find him. The artwork is beautiful for these covers. These are the covers you're seeing on the screen right now are the variant covers. These aren't the actual covers. I just really dug the art in the variants, so that's what we're looking at. It looks like book number 1 will be out this month, the 26th of September, and then book number 2 will be out a whole month later, so it's going to be once a month book. It'll be October 31st for book number 2 for the Stranger Things comic, and I feel like that's a great way to expand a universe in a very iconic show. Is tie in other multimedia, which they've been doing rather well. And then our final bit of news this week for your week in Nerdom is another comic book thing, and it's Thor vs. Wolverine, which just that title alone made me stop and go, so I'm just going to read you the synopsis, or the tease, I guess, is more appropriate, for book number 5. So book number 1 just came out. This is for book number 5, which will be out... Oh no, this is for book number 1. It's coming out next week. It just came out a couple of days ago as you're watching this, because it's September 19th is when it's hitting shelves. Anyway, this is the teaser for the book, and it's just very, very awesome. In the far future, All-Father Thor reignited the Earth and sparked new life in the universe. But now, something is wiping out other worlds, and Midgard won't be far behind. Luckily, Thor isn't the only god left. But is the Phoenix-possessed Wolverine a friend or foe? Yeah, Wolverine and the Phoenix Force, yes, artwork on screen right now? Come on, why would you not read this? That's like an epic metal album right there, right? Thor versus the Phoenix-possessed Wolverine. Like, yes! Dragon Force needs to write that tomorrow. But yeah, legit. That's awesome. Writer for this story arc is Jason Aaron, and the artist is Christian Ward. This has me slightly excited. How can you screw this up? Like, if Marvel has not had the best average recently, and they haven't, books like this are what salvages their reputation, man, because there is no way this is not going to be awesome. And if it does turn out somehow to not be awesome, I'm really going to have second thoughts about ever reading Marvel again, outside of Deadpool. Yeah, that's the best way to end this. There is no better way other than talking about Wolverine possessed by the Phoenix. How, like, epic. 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 Thank you guys for watching all the way to the end. That is the end of this Comics and Gaming collab video. What did I miss in either of these topics or any topic this week? What should we talk about next week? Let me know in the comments down below. If, though, you want to go deeper into the conversation, jump over to the website, generallynerdy.net. It's a place you can get all the freebies and the links to the Generally Nerdy stores, so you can get your nerdy swag over on generallynerdy.net. Go check it out. If you would rather support the channel a little more direct, there is a Patreon, patreon.com/generallynerdy. Lowest tier is just $1. Everybody knows how Patreon works. If you are new to this channel, then definitely click that subscribe button. If you like this episode, click the like button. If you're falling behind on your nerd news and you want to catch up, click or tap that box right there to the left of my face to do that. But before we go and do all of the things, guys, always remember that if it is generally nerdy, it's probably here.